Welcome friends. In this video we shall discuss about Middle Paleolithic age. Middle Paleolithic is a transitionary time period when we see a transition from a Homo ergaster or erectus to modern humans, that is Homo sapiens. The Homo Neanderthalensis or the Neanderthal man also lived in the time along with Homo sapiens. Along with these hominins, we also see some intermediate hominin species which can be placed between Homo ergaster or erectus and modern humans, such as Homo heidelbergensis. Tool making technique remarkably changed during this period. The tools of lower Paleolithic era, whether it's the Oldovan tradition or Acheulean tradition, they were made predominantly of the cores. In Middle Paleolithic era, our ancestors realized that the flake-based tools offer several advantages over core-based tools. Firstly, using the flakes to make tools meant more efficient usage of the raw material, which meant more tools can be produced from any given number of rocks. The flake-based tools were also lighter and sharper, which served the purpose better. Of course, the core-based tools didn't completely disappear. This new tool industry was first discovered at Le Moustier in France, and hence it is known as the Mousterian industry. The flakes were produced by Levalloisian technique, which later Acheuleans had devised. The flake tools like scrapers may have been used to scrape hides or work on woods, etc. Other tools like flake blades, flake points, burins or gravers were also found. Some of these tools are composite in nature, which means a stone tool was mounted on a shaft-like structure made of different material like wood, etc. There are four Mousterian traditions which are a little different from each other. First is the Mousterian of the Acheulean tradition. Here, Acheulean-like hand axes are found along with typical Mousterian flake tools. Denticulated Mousterian, in this tradition, majority of the tools show denticulations or notching. Charentian Mousterian, in this tradition, the hand axes or back knives are found very rarely, while side scrapers are found in abundance. And lastly, typical Mousterian industry, which was described before. The Mousterian tool industry has typically been associated with Neanderthals. Homo sapiens also made similar flake-based tools in this era. So how was the life in this age and what changed? Most of the home sites discovered from this time are in rock shelters or caves. Some are also found in open as well. But does that mean that our ancestors from this time period definitely preferred these sheltered spaces? It appears so from the surviving evidence. But it can also mean that the evidence of the open sites has been lost because it is more prone to degradation compared to the sheltered areas. It is also interesting to note that Neanderthals used more rock shelters and caves as compared to modern humans, the Homo sapiens, who were their contemporaries. Examples of such sites are along the Dordogne River in France. Many cliffs have such rock shelters, and many of these were occupied. And not only this, evidence suggests that our ancestors kept on returning to these sites year after year. At Moldova in Russia, wooden houses have been found. The frames of these houses were apparently covered with animal skins, and to hold these skins in place, bones of large animals were used. There are several sites, especially in the case of Neanderthal, where the distinct burial rituals were observed. For example, at Le Moustier, a skeleton of an adolescent boy was found buried with a beautifully fashioned axe near his head. At La Ferracier, a family burial site with 5 children and 2 adults were discovered, perhaps also indicating kinship ties. At Shanidar caves in Iraq, pollens have been found around and over the body of a man, indicating that perhaps his mortal remains was covered with flowers to pay respect. Neanderthals were skilled hunters. They chased large animals such as mammoths, reindeer, and wild horses and hunted them. Their predicament lied in the fact that they had to come very close to these animals while they hunted them. Many of their injuries bear testament to this. Did Neanderthals use language or any kind of symbolism? There is no clear cut evidence that supports this, but it appears that they had the physical capability to generate speech. It is also noteworthy that language and efficient communication is a prime force behind innovation. The Neanderthal culture over the period lags far behind in terms of innovations compared to the Homo sapiens. So, as a conjecture, one might assume that their language could not have been as complex as the Homo sapiens. The Denisovans. Denisovans are a distinct group of hominins found in Eurasia. Very scanty skeletal remains, that is, only fragments of a girl's finger bone, a toe bone, and a handful teeth have been found. The DNA analysis has shown them to be a different species, closer to Neanderthals than Homo sapiens. Perhaps Denisovans and Neanderthals shared a common ancestor. Today, traces of their DNA are found in Papuans and Pacific Islanders. So, what was the difference between lower Paleolithic cultures and middle Paleolithic cultures? This was also asked previously as a question in mains. Tool technology changed from Acheulean core-based tools to more flake-based tools of Mousterian tradition. The tool industry also became much more organized, as there is evidence of some areas clearly serving as workshops and centers of manufacturing. Hunting of big animals like mammoths signifies that the coordination and communication between members of the group improved significantly in this era. Evidence of rituals is found like elaborate burials, remains of red ochre, etc. There is evidence of construction of structures at camps and home bases like in Moldova. Rock shelters and cave became more preferred shelters, especially so with the Neanderthals.